Do you have a little German accent? Maybe.
No, I'm not sure.
Yeah?
Didn't really
I'm starting
speak
to feel
it much.
like, yeah, but like, you know, when you're somewhere and start to pick up on
people say that
inflections.
after they hear, but I'm not too
Yeah,
sure.
maybe I'm feeling that now, like a tiny little bit.
It's been a while since I've been there.
Yeah. You don't want to
No, I don't speak German.
oppress a whole, like, country of people, no? Okay.
Might find a German boyfriend here, I'm not sure now.
Wouldn't that be funny?
No,
Wouldn't that be funny?
probably not.
Do you like girls?
No, I don't.
It's a gold coast.
In the worlds before Monkey, primal chaos reigned.
G'day viewers. This podcast was brought to you by Koala Karma, the chill out drink. In today's podcast I bring you Emma McFerran, legendary FMX freestyle motocross rider, all the way from Victoria. She currently lives in the Gold Coast and doing some pretty weird things at the same time, but we're going to get right into it soon. Emma is a Nitro Circus performer. She performs with her brother, Matt McFerran, and who I've also had on the show before. I'm stoked to have her here today. We fumble through it like we always do, and I want to thank each and every one of you for listening today, and I want to especially thank Emma. I kind of dragged her here. She worked a lot today, so I'm really stoked she actually took the plunge. And I want to thank Matt G from Matt G Photography for coming in the studio today and taking a bunch of great photos. Matt G from Tugan. You have to get this guy for any photo shoots or any work you need with a camera. The funny story is his car's broken down outside right now. So we're fixing his car. We're having a good time. All right, so over and out. There's enough dribble from the intro of the show. Are you there, Emma McFerran? Ow! Emma McFerran. Oh, I've put it there, champion. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Your strong hands. Come on in real close with this mic. I'm trying not to record the aircon, so we have to get really close. I should have told you before we started.
Sorry.
How are you? How's it working for 12 hours today?
It's long. It's definitely a different change in lifestyle. Not something I'm really used to.
Yeah, it's too much. I was overthinking it today, and actually I came from a podcast with Adam Yates, the downhill longboarder today.
Yep.
And I said it to him on the podcast, so I couldn't stop thinking about you all day, because I saw you this morning at Iron and Resin Cafe because you're working as a barista there.
Yep, making coffees early in the morning.
That's right, and you've got the MX Store T-shirt on right now because you work in the bike shop up the street.
Yep, just do a double shift on Monday, so start at 5:30 and finish at 5:30 at night.
Well, I want to thank those guys for giving you a job, but I think it's bullshit that that someone like you has to work so hard, you know, and I really gave it a thought. No doubt they're good guys you work for, but you know, you were legit tired this morning going, oh, dude, I don't know if I want to do this today because I'm going to work 12 hours before we talk. And I could see it, and it made me think all day, like, man, like I'm sure they do, particularly Iron and Resin, who I plug it. I don't even plug it. I just like talking about them.
Nah, it's a good shop down there. I love it.
Good shop, yeah. And it made me think, damn it, I hope all these shops realise when they get someone like you who's a well-known rider, you know. I didn't even think of I bought a whole bunch of stuff for my little boy the other day at MX Store, only because I knew you'd be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I had something weird happened at that shop. You know, it happens a lot of times. Sometimes you can find yourself having a weird altercation with someone at a shop.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was my fault the whole time. But it made me go, oh, I can't go back to that place, you know.
Yep.
So what I'm trying to get at is shops, I hope they realise what personalities do to a store, like to a shop. Like, you know, particularly a coffee shop at Iron Resin. Like, I get a little bit of a kick knowing that there's someone pouring me a coffee that I can go, damn, I know who she is. Like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I hope it helps the store. Yeah, it's good for me too, so.
Do you like making coffee? Have you done it before at Iron Resin?
If you count McCafe as making coffees, yes.
You live for real?
Years ago when I was back studying, I was just working part-time at McDonald's. So
Where?
down in Victoria, Melbourne. So
What suburb? Come on.
Eltham.
Eltham, Victoria.
Yep.
I used to get Formula Ford motors from down there.
Okay, yep.
I know it well.
Yeah,
Peter Lana race engines. I used to have to drop in at his little house.
Yeah, one of my first jobs back then. Started at McDonald's, then upgraded to McCafe, so it was pretty good.
Oh, nice. What's it like at McDonald's?
It wasn't too bad when I was 18.
Yeah?
Pretty good, yep.
I reckon it's rude to ask a lady's age. 25 maybe? 20?
A lot older than anyone expects. 28.
No.
Yes. It's pretty depressing, to be honest.
Wow. Well,
Try not to think about it myself.
hey, oh geez, I'm 44. I say it to everyone. I feel like you need to know so you can get like a gist of who we are, because we are really talking for the first time instead of you making me a coffee. Latte, large, thanks. So, Eltham, Victoria,
Hopefully
okay.
it's a good coffee.
Yeah. Well, hey, I can't tell the difference.
Yeah? No.
Can you?
No.
Get real close to that.
No, you get you get a few people actually that just have in their head that you make a shit coffee, or someone makes a better coffee. So me and Keely trick people sometimes and say we made it, and then they think it's really good, but the opposite person made it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
They're wankers.
Yeah.
Okay, how could it be? I mean, you know what? I work in the sign shop here, right? I had to wrap, you know, stickers and stuff, like sign wrap a coffee machine recently.
Okay.
Just that front little bit. And I ended up asking the dude in Main Beach, Tedder Ave, really Richie Rich sort of place, how much is this machine? He goes, oh, it's not that much, it's like 30 grand. I'm like, what?
It's a bit of money in coffee.
30 grand to make for a coffee machine. And then they explain it to me why. 'Cause, like, people expect it to be a certain temperature.
Yep. There's so much more involved than I first knew. Even the difference from coming from McCafe to Einem Resin, geez, there's a lot involved. Just timing the coffee, weighing the coffee, everything, temperatures.
Wow.
Even just setting up the machine in the morning.
Do you drink coffee?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah?
Yep.
What's your one? Look at us wasting 5 minutes talking about coffee. But I love it.
Unfortunately, I'm on lactose free at the moment, but it tastes good.
Why? What does that do to you?
Milk just seems to destroy me at the moment.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What,
never had
runny
a problem.
bum? What?
Basically.
Really?
Sore guts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been thinking that lately because for all anyone knows, you could be slightly lactose intolerant, slightly gluten. Yeah?
Yeah, I know I've had a problem.
It might make you feel great. I've just sort of come to this realisation myself. Like, geez, I better maybe go through these things. Like, and I could find this because I'm always like miserable, man. I'm getting old. I'm like, damn, what? I used to be happy.
Yeah, but don't do it if you don't have to, because I'd always had just stomach cramps and pains. Cut out milk, but now if you have milk, it hits you.
Yeah.
You develop an intolerance if you cut it out.
Really?
So
an intolerance.
if you can stick to it,
okay.
Go for it.
Is there any? Okay. What else happened? Hello. I'm a bit nervous.
Yeah.
I'm a bit nervous. You're, you know what I watched last week? Blew my mind. I typed your name
Probably
in.
my crash.
Oh, well, actually do this. I hope everyone who listens to this types in the word Emma McFerran.
Yep. First thing
And Google
is crashing.
Google, offers you a bunch of things. The first thing is Emma McFerran crash. I went, oh, wow. Oh, no, I don't want to watch, but I clicked on it. It has got to be the most... if anyone has ever ridden a bike and jumped, you would have been... Like, you do big jumps, so this jump in particular?
This was 75 foot, ramped a truck landing and went 90 foot and missed the truck and landed head first onto bitumen.
Yeah, and in the ultimate sort of
head first
front
position.
wheel nosedive, and you could see you and the bike were frozen.
Yeah, I sort of panicked a bit and didn't jump off, but I come out of it extremely well, so I'm glad I hung on. Yeah.
All right, tell me what happened. Or what?
If you watch that crash, I should be definitely paralysed, if not dead, some sort of brain injury, but somehow come out of it, broke my wrist and punctured my lung. That was it. No concussion, nothing. No cuts.
Punctured your lung? But what? Did you get knocked out?
No, nothing.
Ugh.
Yep. So I was just in shock laying there, and didn't help when my brother come running up screaming.
That was him, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Grabbed my broken wrist and started screaming and shaking it. And I was awake for the whole thing, but...
Oh, he would have been freaked out.
Yeah, I could imagine. It's not what you want to see.
No, okay, Punchy, tell me about that then. Because I had a dog that once jumped off 6 stories and he punctured his lung, and it was like this sound you could hear, like, and like,
yeah,
oh my God.
Luckily mine wasn't too bad. It was just sort of punches but seals straight away. I don't know how it works. So it was just a pocket of air on the outside of the lung. Yep. So because it was up in Darwin, I wasn't able to fly home for a week because the air pocket can collapse your lung again. So just had to sit it out. But it wasn't too bad at all. I wouldn't have even known probably.
How long ago was this?
Probably 4 years now.
Okay. Yep. And what was the tour?
It was a show for the superbikes with Krusty Demons. We were just up there doing on-track shows. So in between racing, they just drive the truck out. And, it was first jump. And
okay, what's that track called? Hidden Valley, is it?
Could be.
Yeah, the Hidden Valley Circuit, like the supercars and all that type track.
I only really know the hospital up there now.
Yeah, okay. Far out.
Yeah, no.
Did it mess with your mind?
It took me a long time to jump 75 foot again and to jump back on a truck. I still have a pretty big fear of them. It's not that fun when you come off compared to dirt, so tend to stick to dirt if possible.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it. You know, I've said this so many times before. I don't know if you ever met a guy called Shannon Wheel, Mudgy.
Nah, not too sure.
Okay. I worked with him for a long time, and it was he and I in a ute. Like for 3 years we were painting swimming pools, and it turns out he was like one of you guys, freestyle motocross rider, and knew Deegan and all these dudes, like him and Harriman. Harry, Yep. So they were really close mates and doing all this great stuff. And I remember him taking me out to the Gold Coast Showgrounds. Said, come and see me ride. And I'm going, okay, yeah. I'm thinking he's jumping. For some reason, I didn't have a TV or whatever. I had no idea
what to expect.
And then I thought he was going to hit like sixth gear and go over this jump that went straight up in the air. Like it was, I remember him spacing it out about 70, you know the spacings, but it freaked me out. I go, what is he going to do? Do. You know, I was expecting sixth gear, like Evel Knievel style.
And just went for it.
Yeah, it's such a crazy thing. And in my mind, like, you know, I grew up on bikes, but I could never get
the confidence.
Well, I didn't go to too many tracks.
Okay, yep.
Where you had to actually land on a down ramp.
Yeah.
You know, same with BMX. And that's the internal thing that I freak out about, the timing and what's at stake.
Well, the funny thing is for me, I grew up racing motocross, but I was the kid that basically couldn't even jump a jump. I was too scared, and everyone would tell me to clear the jumps, but I just wouldn't do it. And then brother got me into freestyle, so no one could believe why I started jumping. But I don't know, I just found ramps and freestyle was a lot easier. It's always sort of the same, smooth. You can't. It was just better than dirt.
Okay, so do you remember the first time you actually
jumped?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I don't know how long ago, but I was on a 125. I was still racing, so motocross suspension, all my race numbers, and just followed my brother. He kept pushing me to get out there and telling me I'd be the only girl, and it took me a while to listen to him, but finally did, and glad I did. I wish I'd have done it earlier.
Yeah, I've heard this story because he was on this podcast show a long time ago, maybe almost a year ago.
Yep.
He told me this story, you know, and even still, I can't work out how. Listen to me, I'm stalling. Let me just work out. Let me stuck in a calm koala here and relax. Like you know, I just came from a podcast at Wahoo's.
Okay.
You know, you go to
That's
Wahoo's.
Why you did it. Yeah.
We did a podcast.
I actually used to work at Wahoo's.
Did you?
Several years.
So you know Christine,
Yep, for sure, Sterling.
Yeah, well, she just shouted me a bit of lunch there. We did a podcast inside with Adam Yates and all his longboard crew, and
That's good food down there.
So did I say what I was getting at? Okay, so you're right now. What's happening? I know you as Emma McFerran, who had I'd call it an act. I'm a punter, okay, where you and your brother Matty McFerran, you'd sit on the back of his bike or whatever, and you both do like backflips and tricks and all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess stupidly enough, we started tandem freestyle. I was jumping on the back of his bike, got sick of riding my own, so he took over and I just held on the back and did some tricks. We did one where we'd swap positions in the air. I'd start on the front and he'd be on the back and jump over my head, and I'd somehow squeeze under his legs and end up on the back and ride away.
And it became a great thing to watch, like a one-off that I remember when I first heard about it, I went, what?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Travelled the world, did a bunch of Nitro Circus tours and went really good.
Where's the greatest place in the world then?
It's hard to pick one, actually. I've been to a few lately, but...
Have you? Why? Okay, that's what I'm getting at. Why are you pouring coffee right now?
It's actually nearly a year ago, about 10 months ago, I had another pretty big injury over in Germany. I was just practicing over there and went short and broke my femur. So pretty big recovery.
Wow.
They put a rod through from my hip to my knee and Still not 100% from that one. Got to have surgery in actually 3 weeks and get the rod removed, and then hopefully I'll be back to normal and can start getting back into things. I'm